I wouldn't wish being a single parent on my worst enemy. Literally, because, you know, think about when you're exhausted and it's like the baby's crying, oh, can you go get him, honey? There was no honey. That I was honey. Just remember one day I was on the sofa and I just wanted to give up. But that's not in me either. It wasn't easy. It's never easy. And it took me a while to understand that if I don't pour into myself, I have nothing to give.
Hi, Balanced Beauties, and welcome back to Balanced Motherhood. This video today is going to be about how motherhood should not be an excuse. If anything, it should be a motivation, okay? So in this video, you're going to be hearing different mom stories and ways that they're able to master motherhood. And if you see anything that resonates with you, make sure you hit the like button. And if you want to, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. I'll be popping in and out during the clips and we'll chit chat during that time.
This may be an unpopular opinion, and that's okay, I don't care, but one thing that I will never feel guilty for as a single mom is saying that I love myself first and I prioritize myself first above everything. My kids do not come before me. One thing that I learned from being on both sides is that I'm a far better mother on this side when I prioritize my needs and myself and take care of myself. I am actually present. I am more receptive. I am more kind. I am more loving. I actually can do more because my cup is full. Never ever feel bad about putting yourself first.
Good morning. Them kids not stopping you from doing nothing. It's you. You're the problem, friend. And if you really wanted to do it, you would just figure out a way to do it instead of trying to say, oh, it's because I'm busy and the kids and this and that. And I'm not negating the fact that you actually are busy, because you probably are. I'm a mom. I get it. They just run around nonstop. They're always there in the corner asking you for stuff, doing things, questioning you, making you question your own sanity and existence. I get it. But is it really the fact that you have kids that is stopping you from doing the thing that you say you want to do, that you're supposed to be doing, that's the one thing that you need to do? Or is it your own laziness and then you're like, oops, I'm still where I was 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. Oh, I got kids. And the thing is, I'm not even trying to be insensitive, because it's so convenient, right, to have a good excuse for something. But y'all remember what I said, an excuse is just an excuse. If you want to continue to use your kids as an excuse, that's fine. But when they turn 18, 19, 20, potentially leave your house, what are you going to blame it on next? Something else. You're going to have something else to put it on. It's going to be your job. It's going to be, I'm too busy with work. So right now, your kids are just the most convenient excuse that you're using. And the truth is, whatever it is that you're trying to do, it does not take as much time as you're trying to make it out to take. And it also, even if it does take a lot of time, you have the time. You're wasting it. You're wasting it.
It's so weird when other moms hear me say, I don't make my kid my entire existence. And I get the, oh, you're so out of touch. You must not be an involved mom. You're unfit. Because I've been a stay-at-home mom since the day my daughter was born. And she's in preschool right now. Still a stay-at-home mom, never missed a milestone, never skipped a beat. I'm actually class mom in her school. You're not gonna shame me or guilt me into having a life outside of motherhood. You're not gonna make me feel bad for not letting motherhood completely consume, chew me up, and spit me back out. If you've got lost in the sauce and you lost yourself, you lost your spark, I'm so sorry. I really hope you find it, but I promise you, you're not gonna find it by making your entire identity about your kids. The women who haven't lost their spark still have sense of self. They still do things for themselves. They still take time for themselves without feeling bad or without shaming other moms for wanting to do that.
So I've heard this before. I don't know if you know this, but I was a teen mom, and I heard this almost immediately after I found out I was pregnant and my family knew about it. And at that time, I knew that it was going to be difficult. Number one, because I was a child raising a child. But on top of that, I knew that I could find peace and balance eventually. I for sure knew that it wouldn't be at the age that I was, but I knew eventually that I would be able to. So it's really like knowing in your heart and in your mind that it is possible is the first step to being able to create balance in your life, where your life is not only just given to your kids and you don't have time to shower and you don't have time to to do your hair, and you don't have time to brush your teeth. And to me, that is so absurd because you've already been able to do those things before you had kids. So why wouldn't you be able to do them now? You have to make time for yourself first, whether that means waking up early, whether that means putting on a TV show for the kids to watch so you can get something done, whether that means asking their father for help, any of those things. I'm pretty sure we can be creative to come up with ways to do other things. So you can be creative to come up with ways to be able to take time out for yourself. So there really is no excuse. Maybe you might be off. Maybe this might be a little off week for you. But for it to be a consistent thing all the time and you never have time for yourself, you might have to reevaluate your priorities. This next clip is referring to the normalized messy houses trend. And this mom is giving her opinion. She is an OG in the game. Okay, so I want y'all to listen to her and see what she has to say.
I saw on TikTok where young moms have started a Normalize the Mess campaign. They say it's difficult to keep a clean home, especially when you have little ones. Well, I beg to differ. It is our jobs as moms to keep the home clean, bright, fresh, and airy. You don't normalize the mess, babies. You clean it up. Don't give up. You can do it. I've been a mom for over 25 years, so I can understand the struggle that comes with keeping a clean home, especially with the little ones. But if they can run around and drop it on the floor, you can teach them how to pick it up. You have to find a system that works for you, and it won't come overnight. It is our jobs as moms, as their first teachers, to teach them structure and organization. If they don't know how to clean, it's because we didn't do our jobs. I understand the frustration, but I also understand the power of keeping a home that says home sweet home.
Just because you're a mom does not mean you have to give up everything about who you were before you became a mother. Yesterday, a woman came to me and she said, hey, you signed up to be a mother, which means you signed up for all the things that come along with that. You no longer get me time. You no longer get to sleep in. You no longer get to prioritize your career. You don't get those things anymore because you chose to be a mother. And I think that is such a frustrating narrative because we don't say that to dads. We simply don't say that to dads.
When other parents are giving you advice, make sure you keep in mind that they're only giving you advice from their point of view. They can only give you advice based off their experiences. So, based off their life and how they were able to live it, the resources they had access to is how their parenthood is going to be. And also, it's about the willingness too, because we are making time for ourselves and our kids by not only prioritizing ourselves and then prioritizing our kids and our husbands, but we prioritize our friendships because we know what that looks like. You know what I mean? Like, we still enjoy being around our friends. We still want to hang out with them. Some people, once they have children, they forget that they even have friends. They forget about their family members and they don't spend time to call them or to try to see them and things like that. So just make sure you aren't that person. You don't have to live other people's life. And on top of that, we have so much access to resources. We have access to AI. We have access to the internet. We have so much more than they've had in the past. There is really no excuse why you're not being on top of the things that you can be on top of. Now, granted, there are things that can end up falling to the wayside because you have kids, but just saying that's the complete downfall of everything is a cop out.
If dads want to golf on the weekends, totally fine. Dad wants to go to the gym every single day, totally fine. Dad travels for work every single week, no big deal. We never ask these men to give up who they are in order to become dads or to even be considered good dads. If my life solely revolved around my kids, what would that look like when they leave my home? Where would that leave me? That is so frustrating. We need to stop holding women to unrealistic expectations when it comes to motherhood because it's not healthy. It is not healthy. It is stressing women out. It is leading to burnout. Women are losing their minds in motherhood because we are asking them to do too much. We also live in a society that doesn't support families in general, but definitely doesn't support working families, despite the fact that most families in our country are dual income homes. There are tons of single mothers. It is so incredibly difficult to thrive in this country if you have children. Like, it's so difficult to thrive. And then we put all this pressure on women and we say, hey, you signed up for it. I've never heard anybody tell a dad that he signed up for this.
What am I supposed to do now? Get up and go on with your life. It's all right to sit around, be depressed for a minute, cry about it, do whatever you have to, but don't stay there too long. Get up and go on with your life. So you know what this is what I learned in all these years on this earth.
Mom to 4 boys, this is how I treat being a stay-at-home mom like a job.
If you do the math, stay-at-home parents work roughly 90 plus hours a week and would get paid at least $180,000 based on the tasks they do, which is why these are the 6 ways I treat being a stay-at-home mom like a job.
1, I identify a start time and an end time to my day.
I wake up at 5:15 a.m. every day, but I'm not mom until 7 a.m. and my kids are generally respectful of this. They also know that by 8 p.m. my husband and I are generally off the clock.
2, I wake up before I clock in as mom.
I wake up almost 2 hours before my kids to take care of the things that make me a better me before I go to work as mom. This includes mental exercises and a workout. You wouldn't show up to a job in distress. It's important I don't show up as mom this way either.
3, before I start work as mom, I get myself ready for the job.
Why do I get myself ready for the day? Simply put, I have respect for the work that I do, and dressing nice makes me more energetic and productive. Plus, I want my kids to know that looking nice matters.
4, I stay organized with schedules and I hold family meetings.
Just like any other high-performing job, momming requires organization, scheduling, and meetings, which is why we hold a meeting every Sunday where I organize our weekly schedules and meal plan.
5, I take breaks.
Being a parent is demanding, and if you don't find ways to take breaks, you will burn out, which leads me to
6, I understand the importance of outsourcing as a mom.
I understand that outsourcing can be a privilege and also a mom's greatest fear, but the best businesses find ways to hand off things that lighten the load when possible. Every other week, we outsource house cleaning to our incredible housekeeper, Miss Anna.
And that's how I treat being a stay-at-home mom like a job.
I wanted to come in and give some examples for outsourcing. So one of the ways that you can also outsource is by making your grocery list and ordering everything online and doing a free pickup. So that outsourcing can be somebody else basically shopping for you, which can save you so much time. Another way for outsourcing that I like to do is like when you have like a play date with a mom friend, or you have an upcoming event or something like that, and there are people going together, you can ask somebody else to bring something. That way you don't have to do everything on your own. Another way for outsourcing is to use AI to your advantage. Use AI for scheduling, for ideas, to help you create systems. And my last way for outsourcing is to use what you already have, okay? Utilize your children, utilize your husband, because those are going to be ways that you can also outsource where the load won't be all on you. Have your children do chores. Give your husband a list and ask him to help you out.
Getting out the door on time with kids feels like an Olympic sport, right? This is the series, Stuff Your Mom Should Have Taught You. I'm your internet mom now. 1, always pack bags the night before. Shoes, snacks, water. Don't trust morning you. 2, add 15 fake minutes to the time you think you need to leave. You need to leave at 8:30. Everyone thinks we need to leave at 8:15. Number 3, race your kids. Bet you can't get ready before the song ends. My kids always love a challenge. Works every time.
If you are overwhelmed because you're not managing your time, save this post. I have a strategy for you. I learned this hack from a lady on YouTube. She has a channel called The Life Coach School, and it helped me last year with managing my law firm, having an influencer business, working my day job still while being a wife and a mom. It's going to change the game for you. So the hardest part about being a working mom is that we carry a huge mental mother load. So the first step in this is going to be get everything out of your brain and onto a paper. So list out everything that you have to do, whether it's this week, next month, get it out of your brain and onto paper. Now this next step is a must. You're not going to do anything with that list just yet because you're going to need some time, because you're going to most likely think of some other things that you needed to do, and then you're going to need to come back and add it to that list again. Then after you have your list created, you're going to take what you have and put it in categories of priority. Now, I know this sounds tedious, but it's honestly going to help you so much with maximizing the limited amount of time that you have. Once you have everything broken down into categories, you're going to take what you listed and put it in a planner. The planner that I recommend is called the Legend Planner. I found it on Amazon. It's amazing. It is an 8x10 and it has many, many pages to help you plan your life. I'm going to use this to show a demonstration. You are now going to go one by one on that list that you just created and put those things into your calendar in a time blocked format. You need to think about how long is something going to actually take you and honor that time. And even if you have to go a month out, you're going to put that in your calendar because we want to get it out of your brain. And now that you have everything out of your brain and into your calendar, you are going to honor your commitment to yourself by following what you plan.
I hope today's video was inspirational, but also a little bit of tough love because sometimes we need it. Moms, you are capable, okay? Don't walk around feeling like a victim just because you had children, okay? You can do everything that you put your mind to. You just have to try, and you have to keep trying. Don't give up just because it didn't work out the first time, the second time, or even the third time. Whatever you want to do in your parenthood, you can do, okay? Balance is possible for every mom, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.